Yo, what's up everybody, KingGBL here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be showcasing a massive run I made in the Scroll Cup, featuring a very strong team of mine, Azu Double Ghost. Well, I say of mine, this team's been around since the beginning of time. Azu Double Ghost, super common sort of team format, and I think in this meta, it works super well. Azu's core breaking a lot of teams, you see a lot of Guzzlords, or things that are just kind of double weak to Fairy, right? Like Guzzy lead, with maybe even like Annihilate, Morpeko, Mandibles, those types of things in the back. A lot of teams are ABA weak to Fairy coverage, and that's why in today's video I want to put a huge focus on Sableye. Shadow Sableye was amazing in this cup for me. The amount of times I got shield stun with Azu and Ape and just went crazy with Sableye was an absolute ton of fun. In this matchup right here, against opposing Azu leads, I tend to like basically getting out of this matchup. As you can see, I'm going to undercharge here to a great. I'm going to come in for an energy lead, we bring in Sableye, the opponent brings in Lucario, and then they bring in Mandibles. This is what I'm talking about with Shadow Sableye. I want you guys to have a look at this damage. I think the opponent lets one of these moves go, and as you can see it does about 60% of the Mandibles' health. Shadow Sableye with this moveset has great coverage, and I really enjoyed it in this cup, especially because Mandibles is on Air Slash, and you can pace to the Dazzling Gleams pretty quickly, and look to threaten a two-shot. I go for the bait in this occasion, of course, the opponent not wanting to let the Lucario get onto my Sableye. At this point in the match, I can let this go, come in with my own Annihilate. I actually banked the foul play, come into Annihilate, they come into Lucario, and that's a very sad Lucario. Welcome back to the channel guys, hope you're all doing well. Do me a quick favor, drop a like in the video, drop a like on that video, subscribe to the mother channel, join the Discord in the mother description down below, and big welcome. Sit down, relax, enjoy, relax, chill. By the way guys, I've got a bit of a flu today, I'm kind of getting over it, so if I sound a bit funny, that's why. Anyway, hopping into this next battle here, we get the Guzzmeister in the lead, the opponent brings in Quaggy, and we get off a play rough on the Quaggy. Pretty much 2 Ice Beams can knock this out. I decided to keep the Azu alive. Azu just does so well into Guzzy. We can take one Aqua Tail or Mud Bomb here. It's not very comfortable. I'm assuming the opponent will probably have an answer to Annihilate in the back. Typically, whenever the opponent's got a Guzzy lead, I try to keep my Azu alive for it, and I just assume they've got answers to fighting in the back. This is quite awkward here because the opponent has got a lot of fast move pressure. Of course I have Shadow Sableye. You might be asking me, is non-Shadow Sableye fine? Is non-Shadow Ape fine? All I can really say is, give it a try for yourself, see what you think of it. The opponent comes into Guzzy, they try to snipe the Sableye, I catch the Dragon Claw, double resisted on the Azu, and we're in a great position here at this point. I'm happy to take another move from the opponent. I don't want to give the Ludicolo a bunch of energy. Not that energy is really too important here at this point. I think it comes down to me reaching 2 moves on the Ludicolo no matter what. The opponent goes for a move here. I think we just about hang on to this move, and I think we're in a great position now. I can just tap the move. If they catch, I'm pretty happy with this, right? I can get it into a pretty comfortable foul play range. I think they were already in foul play range. I farm up a little bit of extra energy, and you're going to see this once in the video. You're going to see it twice. You're going to see it 100 times. Sableye gets an energy lead. Mandibles comes back in. We're going to look to absolutely one-shot it. It's actually a Guzzy, but you get the point. It's a Dark-type Pokemon in the lead. We one-shot it. And you're going to see in today's video, things like Chestnut lead are very manageable with this team. The thing about Azu is, of course, we have super effective damage, right? The opponent only builds up to 5. We no shield the Thunder Punch. We have super effective damage. The opponent brings in their counter swap of Drapion. We can look to land a Dazzling Gleam, non-Shadow Drapion. They decide to let it go. They throw it just before I reach the next foul play. And because I can get a massive bubble energy lead, we might be able to win this battle now. We're just going to commit to the bubble down here. I've done this many times with this team. Bad lead, swap out, bubble something down, like whether it be a Mandibles. Use Sableye basically to draw out Mandibles or whatever it is in the back. Bubble it all the way down, come out with 2 moves, be it Morpeko in the lead, be it a Chestnut in the lead, and get the opponent's shields, and we can see if we can sweep from here. Chestnut comes back in. If it is going to be like a Sableye in the back, we're cooked anyway, but we're going to try our best here. We get off a play rough, which would look to pretty much one-shot them. They see the Annihilate, they top left the match, and despite a really bad lead, we do win that one. In the next battle, we have Annihilate. It tends to be a very good lead for this team, and we pretty much have 3 Pokemon which can take care of it. Them up energy is very bad for our own Annihilate, so with Azu, we basically try to get a shield advantage, look to chip them. A lot of these apes at my ELO were calling this move. I'm of course climbing in this video 2300 to I think 2470, 2460, you'll see it in the title anyway. So these people that I'm playing are not complete bums. They do like to call moves sometimes. As you can see, the opponent just takes the Ice Beam. We come into Sableye, the opponent brings in Mandy, and Sableye is about to go to work once again. We get an energy lead, the opponent's an Air Slash. Our pacing is going to be better. Just like that, the Vulture's down to like 40% health. If I want to, I can shield this move. I don't have another like super direct answer to Annihilate except for this. At the very least, if I get shields down, my own Ape can deal with it, my Azu can deal with it, the opponent lets it through, and we'll see what they come into. They come into Morpeko. This is really tricky. They throw the move immediately, so this is actually really fine now. I can come into my own Annihilate here, basically start punching the Oblivion out of it. I think they only go to 4. Because they only went to 4, I have to let this go. We do survive with Psychic Fangs, we do not survive an Aura Wheel. So we let this go. The opponent, of course, lets us farm them down. We punch down the Annihilate, and that's going to be good games. So one really good thing, I think this applies to Shadow and not non-Shadow. Shadow Ape can farm down Morpeko always before they reach 2 moves, and you don't have to throw a Rage Fist. I think with non-Shadow Ape, you do have to throw a move before they reach the second. You can sort of keep an eye on that for yourself if you're running non-Shadow Ape in this situation. The opponent once again tanks the Ice Beam. These guys are not messing around. They've been baited by this a million times. They know the story here. I bring in my own Annihilate to farm down. Typically, the opponents are weak in the back to Annihilate if they have Annihilate lead. This is not the case today. The opponent has a Mantine. However, you're about to see this is another strong case for Shadow Ape instead of non-Shadow. Shadow Ape can be ridiculous at times. We get an energy lead, we outpace the Mantine. This Rage Fist will be looking to almost KO the opponent before they reach the next move. Boom, they shielded. So at this stage, we can actually almost get out. The opponent shits their pants. The opponent their pants. They throw the move. We come into Sableye, we get a massive energy lead as usual, and we'll see what the opponent comes into. The opponent brings in a Charmer. Okay. Brion, thankfully, is not resisting the moves. This is obviously bad news for us here. I do 2 and swap out. The reason that I do 2 and swap is because the charm damage applies after 1, and then if I done 3 Shadow Claws, the next charm would have applied. By doing 2, it means that the charm does not apply. I'm able to comfortably reach this foul play. That's going to be good games well played. So if you're not really sure what happened there, go back and rewatch it. By doing 2 of your fast moves into a free turn move, you don't take the damage for the second move, meaning that we're able to reach the move. And we get a 5-0 there, and it's another chestnut lead. We bring Sableye, the opponent brings in Drapion. In the one shield, we beat this, so we're pretty happy to take the first one. The opponents can get a crunch debuff here. They do get the debuff this time, which is pretty unfortunate. I think it means they can comfortably Poison Sting down. By the way, I've got like a 7-14 or 7-13 Sableye, 7 attack, maybe 13-13 or 14-14, something like that. As you can see, we actually flip swap against the Sableye. The opponent comes into the stupid ass rat. We countered all the way down, but the opponent says no, I'll top left instead. Once again, we get Monka S in the lead. Monka S comes in. They're going to go for 7 and throw here most likely. Start Rage Fisting, start punching through the Azu. They can punch for it if they want to. By the way, big thank you to our channel members. As you can see, we've got I think 9 members on the channel. Big thank you, Jason, Chase, Jacob, 17LS, Shadow, Skills for You, Austin, Pokemonty, Organic Plays, and everybody else who's been supporting the channel with super chats and stuff like that. I don't really give you guys like full shoutouts in the videos, but since I noticed it pop up on screen here, I thought I'd give it a mention. Big shout out and big thank you to you guys. If you're interested in that, feel free to check it out down below the join button if you want to become a member, get exclusive perks and stuff like that. But anyway, we have Scrafty. Somebody's resurrected this from the graveyard. I think I shielded a pop in this matchup, unfortunately, but we do make 2 moves no matter what. The opponent double shields the Scrafty. I try to get out into my Annihilate here, not giving the opponent too much energy, and as you can see, Mandibuzz comes in. I think even up a 1 shield, we just beat this with Ice Punch. I think on Shadow Ape, at the very least, Ice Punch is an absolute must. It just gives you so much flexibility, even in Open Great League versus things like, I guess Credilli. I guess it'd be a good thing Credilli. Not that you really need it for Credilli necessarily, but there could be a case where you need a super effective move to knock it out quickly. Against Mandibuzz, against Jumpluff, it's double super effective, pretty much one-shots it. I think Ice Punch and Rage Fist is definitely the way to go. The opponent comes in, goes for the T-Pizzle, aka Thunder Punch. We look to get rid of it immediately, and that's going to be good games well played. This team definitely works super well. I had a bit of a worse day yesterday. I started off with a 2-3 and a 1-4. Maybe it was an 0-5 actually. I ended up going 4-1, 3-2, 3-2 to finish. So even with a very negative day, I only sort of went -1 battle, 12 out of 25. So yeah, I think this team's very consistent. I've seen a few people posting on Twitter about it as well. It's one of those team comps where if it doesn't go well immediately, you can sort of be rest assured that it will go well eventually. It's just a very, very good team composition, covers the weaknesses pretty well. I think the main core breaker is things like Morpeko. The way I was playing Morpeko lead was just going straight into an Annihilate. Somebody shout out to Pokemaster, they actually stay in with Azu. Shield the first move if you see it in the lead. Shield the first move, go for an Ice Beam on good timing, so like 1 and throw the Ice Beam after they go for the electric move. Tank the dark move, get off another Ice Beam, and then maybe at that point go into your Annihilate, pop a shield, and you might be able to do something with it. By the looks of things, this is a mirror team. Whenever I see Azu on the lead, I always try to undercharge the final player off, so I can basically get a couple of Shadow Claws advantage. That means that the opponent cannot really bring in their own Sableye. Well, they're bringing it in here because they've got an Annihilate in the back, but it puts them in a really awkward position. We get off 3 of these here, and we're just in a good position now. I think the opponent, actually they bring in Jellicent, so I thought it would be Annihilate, but it was Jellicent. It's Azu double Ghost, maybe a weak to Electric here. Can we make a final move? We just about do make a final foul play, and that's basically going to seal it for us here. We can bring in the Annihilate here to force the opponent's energy. They can go for Shadow Ball, and what I end up deciding to do here is coming in with Azu, doing 1 bubble, because I think I die to a Hex, right? I know the opponent's not getting to a move, so I just want to absolutely make sure that matches mine. I get the bubble damage in first, go for the Shadow Claw, which registers before the Hex, and that's good games. Gallade lead, the opponent brings in the stinking rat. We punch it all the way down. As you can see, we don't need to throw any moves, we just punch it all the way down. They go for Aura Wheel. We should get off 2 moves on Gallade, so we get probably both shields off the opponent. Or maybe they can farm us all the way down first. Gallade, especially Shadow, is super attack weighted. I used it once, it's kind of a hilarious Pokemon to use in this cup. They actually do farm us the whole way down. Even though they've got an energy lead, I'm going to look to bring in Azu. The bubbles will be chunking. We can just about take a Leaf Blade here, it's not very comfortable. I guess I'm trying to bubble it down into a range. The opponent brings in there. I didn't see it. Chestnut, okay, we bring in Sableye. I think at this point we need to go for a huge overfarm. The opponent will most likely go for Frenzy Plant. And we want to put this in a position where we can look to Dazzling Gleam this and look to threaten a move on the Gallade. So we build up to 5 to the opponent's 6. They win CMP, I'm pretty sure. We can do 2, throw off the foul play, and that's going to take them out. Like I said, whenever you throw 2, you only take 1 charm, right? So 2 and throw gives you, them 1 charm of damage. We get a really bad lead here. Swampert's actually really awkward for my team. They can basically, well, they 7 and throw for good timing normally, but they can basically look to 5 and throw the Sludge Bomb. Sorry, I'm calling it Sludge Bomb, but it's just Sludge. Sludge will look to take us out. Hydro Cannon onto the Sableye, not pretty. They come into Mantine. This is looking like a very tricky match. I definitely need to get a huge energy lead with my Azu in this matchup. We do have a shield advantage, so maybe we can look to do something with that, and hopefully it's something in the back that Ape can deal with. That's basically our hope at this point. We overfarm against the Mantine, take as many moves as I want to throw. We die to 1 Sludge anyway, so there's no point, you know, shielding this or doing anything like that. There's no point shielding a move whenever the opponent's all our Pokemon has a move that can one-shot you, because you're just basically wasting it at that point. I make a swap into Ape. I thought for a second that the opponent might have not noticed that I swapped. I think that was the case. They went for Sludge. They bring in their own Annihilate. Thankfully, because we're ahead in energy, we can just beat this thing. Even if they tank the first move, we can punch it all the way down. We're in a very, very good position now. We can basically shield any move they want to throw. Of course, it's going to be Rage Fist. Rage Fist immediately in the Swampert. We might even get a deny here because this game is fantastic. I didn't see if we got it or not, to be fair. But this will boost our damage. The opponent will be forced to throw their energy immediately. And I think with Azu, we're only a couple of bubbles off a move, so we should be basically fine here. Yeah, we're 2 bubbles off a move. Super close matchup here for a very tough lead, and that's going to be a win. In the next battle, we get basically the Dream lead. We get the Mandaballs. The opponent brings in a Quagsire. This time, I decide to come straight into Annihilate. Annihilate, you know, only down like 1 Mud Shot basically still beats this. We can tank a Mud Bomb, go for a Rage Fist. If they shield it, we can basically counter it all the way down. Once again, if they no-shield it, I think we have to shield. Oh, we actually don't even have to shield. So by swapping in straight away, we're able to do that. They're stuck in this RPS matchup. I don't wait my switch clock because the switch clocks are not misaligned. Whenever the switch clocks are not misaligned and you've got a really good matchup, you want to come in straight away. The opponent comes into Gastro. I decide to go for a chip and dip here, knowing that Sableye finds this matchup slightly awkward. However, with that chip, Sableye can basically farm this the whole way down. The opponent needs to build up to 6 for me to even consider shielding. Of course, Body Slam double resisted. They full send the Earth Power. We're going to come out with almost 2 Dazzling Gleams. And I think the opponent says, nah, you know what? I'm out. I'm out. Once again, another Mantine lead. I was running a Mantine team the other day with Ape and Gastro, or Double Fighter as well with Medicham. I actually had Veteran with Medicham this season, which is kind of funny. Henry did showcase a team with Annihilate and Gastrodon as well. It's definitely a very decent team, so you have to watch out for that one. If the Annihilate gets kind of ramped up in the back, if you somehow like use up your Sableye in the wrong place, they get energy leads with this, and Annihilate can be tricky for this team, so just keep an eye out for it. If you see this, expect it to be Gastrodon and Annihilate in the back. In this case, it's probably double Mudboy. Whenever they bring in a Quagsire safe swap, I tend to think it's going to be double Mudboy. Quagsire, of all the Mudboys, is probably the most flexible one. Access to Stone Edge, access to Aqua Tail, Mud Bomb. Stone Edges can be very good even against grass Pokemon. So yeah, Quagsire definitely a good safe swap for these types of teams. We shield the first one, let the second one go. We're going to go for another Rage Fist, see what the opponent wants to do. They're actually double shielding the Quag. Do I let this go now? I do let this go now at this point. Because once again, guys, it's the Sableye show. We're going to farm this all the way down with Shadow Sableye. I might even go for a cheeky catch at this point. We'll see what happens. Come into Sableye, farm up a little bit, catch on the Azu. This should be the Aqua Tail. That doesn't quite knock us out. And I'm thinking here, like, if this is Annihilate or it's another Mudboy. Oh, it's actually Guzzy. This Guzzlord, aka Cringe Lord, is about to get gleamed. Shadow Dazzling Gleam will one-shot this. I'm not sure if non-Shadow one-shots it, but it is double super effective. We just completely wreck it. We completely wreck it. And that's good games well played. Hopping into the next one, we get Charm Gallade in the lead. When we get this in the lead, we just stay in, basically, and we can outpace the Ice Beams. I think we even win the 2-shield. They can't quite farm down the Azu with Charm. So yeah, very decent matchup. You can even come out with a little bit of residual energy in this matchup as well. I'm expecting the catch because the opponent's farming right up to my move. I think I pause a turn, let the Charm come through for the Ice Beam. Now that we've got 2 shields off the opponent, we can potentially let this go. Yeah, I think they're just going to get the farm down here. I guess we do reach 3 ice beams in this matchup, so the opponent's a little bit cooked here. We're up a shield with Sableye and Ape. They actually, oh sorry, they catch it on Drapion, never mind. We're going to come into an Ape here. Basically, no shield this move, farm it all the way down. I'm assuming it's got to be something we can Sableye on the back, so I don't shield this, keep the shields for Sableye, and it's actually the opponent's own Sableye. I make a very nice call here. The Gallade did bank some energy, so I have to watch out for that later on. So if the opponent does not build up to Dazzling Gleam, which they don't here, I have to let this move go. They banked a Leaf Blade, which will do a lot more damage. That does a lot of damage already. We get this move off immediately. If the opponent was to catch on their own Gallade, I think we would have been fine there. We farm it down with 1 Shadow Claw, and that's good games well played. So in this set, we get 4-1. We had just a lot of really positive sets with this team. It was only until yesterday. Yesterday was bad. Like, it's just the algo take-off kind of day, right? Some days you just get RPS'd into oblivion. I had so many team comps that just perfectly countered mine, and it was just pretty much unplayable for me yesterday, unfortunately. However, this is very playable. Guzzy lead with man boss save swap. Okay. Okay, buddy. Somebody does not respect Azu in this meta. I find that Toxapex has dried up a decent amount. You're not really seeing as many. We're going to overfarm quite a lot here if we can. I can go for an Ice Beam. I do decide as well to keep some health on this. I'm not going to bubble it down or anything. So yeah, we go for Ice Beam. We don't even go for an Undercharge. We're looking to get rid of it here by the looks of things. If the opponent brings in something else, yeah, they bring in an Annihilate. I would have considered swapping out, but I definitely want to get a shield here first. We've got an Annihilate for the Guzzy. I can pretty much allow them to farm me down. They end up throwing the move immediately, and insta-throwing Andy throws the move immediately. They get boosted up here, get an extra counter free, but it doesn't matter. Sableye's coming in. Sableye's coming in. The opponent actually stays in to get off a move. And I think at this point I could go for a Dazzling Gleam on the Guzzy. Let's see if the opponent allows me to do it. Yep, they're letting us do it, chat. They're letting us do it, chat. Even though this is a video. Bang! The opponent shits their pants. In comes Azu. Or sorry, in comes Annihilate. We can easily take a move, but we might as well shield. We have to shield something at this point. It's pretty difficult for me to lose this game at this stage. I go for an Ice Beam here to go for the knockout. The opponent with their Annihilate will be forced to throw immediately, so I don't Rage Fist them. And as you can see, their health is super, super low. We end up reaching the Rage Fist. I zero bubble it just because. That's good games well played. So in the next battle, there's a matchup that you probably should be quite aware of. It's the Gastrodon matchup. Whenever you get a Gastrodon lead, I'm not sure if I showcased this in the video already, but you swap straight out to Sableye to draw out the Mandibles. Gastrodon Mandibles is a very common core currently. You need to draw out this Mandibles. As you can see, the opponent absolutely respects the move. Okay, we're going to be respectful ourselves. They don't their pants. They respect the move. We actually reached 2 Gleams. That's going to put them into bubble down range for Azu. And as I mentioned, you know, this is kind of the cool thing about this team. A lead that's not necessarily amazing for Azu. Gastro, I think, just about beats it. We can draw out this, use our Azu to take care of it, bubble it down, come out with almost 2 moves, get off moves on whatever's in the back, whatever's in the front, and then look to try and sweep up with Ape up shields and energy. So yeah, really great position to be in here. Unless it's something that absolutely core breaks us into oblivion, we should be in a very great spot here. We go for Play Rough, go for big damage here. Play Rough always does more. I think I'd actually decide to commit to a second move, just to really get this low, not allow them to mud slap my Ape down, and see what they're really trying to do here at this stage. They swap out into Sableye, I swap out into Ape. This is about the worst thing we could possibly see here, unfortunately. They actually might be able to just beat us. I think they might actually just beat us here. Shadow Sableye can basically... Oh, this is non-Shadow Sableye. Wait, we actually might be fine. This is non-Shadow. If this was Shadow, they could farm us the whole way down. But because it's non-Shadow, we're able to reach 2 Rage Fists in this matchup. We're going to be able to take out the Sableye, and this counter damage is going to be just destroying the Gastrodon. Once again, we do 2 and swap here, just so we can basically get a free counter in later on if we need to. And yeah, good games well played. I think that'll do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, drop a like in the video, it helps out. It helps get the videos out there to other people, helps grow the channel. Big thank you, big shout out to everybody here who watches. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Once again, feel free to join our Discord community in the description down below. Highly recommend this team, give it a go for yourself. If you're just coming into this cup this week, look back at my last video. Last couple of videos, Mantine Double Fighter was pretty decent. I think probably the best team I've uploaded this week is the first video from this week with Annihilate Lead, and you can actually just go check it out for yourself if you're interested in seeing it. But if you're coming into this week, you're not trying to play any MasterCard League, and you just want to play some Great League metas, you've been playing Ultra League all last week, you don't really know what's going on, definitely just check back the last couple of videos. There should be a lot of helpful stuff in there. But yeah, take it easy, guys. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you all tomorrow for a brand new video.